We researched the performance of over 100 e-commerce brands over the past few years during Black Friday, and the brands that dominated aren't the ones offering the biggest discount or spending the most on meta ads. They're doing one thing different from everyone else, and that's sending more emails. Now, we presented this research to a room full of e-commerce brand owners a few weeks ago, and everyone was shocked because they were all sending 3 to 5 emails during Black Friday, whereas the winning brands are sending anywhere from 15 to 25 emails. Now, that might sound like a lot, but the reason you need to send more is because 95% of consumers do not purchase on their first visit to your website during Black Friday. Customers are pretty savvy. They know every brand is going to be discounting, so they're hunting around for the best deal. So the way that you can win when your customer is in this decision-making process is by staying top of mind. You don't do that by offering them the biggest discount or spending all of your ad budget retargeting them with meta ads. You do it through their inbox. And that works because 93% of people check their email inbox every single day, and the cost to you as a business to send more emails is 0. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact Black Friday strategy that separates the winners from everyone else, showing you what to do before, during, and after the sale. This is the exact system that we ran last year to help generate $6.3 million of sales during Black Friday itself. And it's what we presented to a room full of e-commerce brand owners at our Black Friday workshop. You're going to learn how to send more emails without annoying your customers, what flows you need to build specifically for Black Friday, and how to maintain your deliverability so your emails actually land in your customer's inbox. Now, first up, this is the pre-Black Friday prep. And this is the part that most brands rush over or skip entirely. But it's where everything starts. So before you start writing your Black Friday's live email, you need to start with your sender reputation. And why is this important? Because you can't go from sending 4 campaigns a month to sending 20 campaigns a month and expect them all to deliver in your customer's inbox. Gmail and Outlook are going to assume that you're some kind of spammer and your emails will go to spam. And you won't even know how much money you've lost as a result of this. We've actually seen this happen to multiple brands because they've ignored their deliverability going into Black Friday. So here's 3 things you need to do to make sure people will receive your emails. Number 1, the basic is your technical setup. Make sure you have your DMARC, your SPF, and DKIM records set up correctly, as well as your branded sending domain on Klaviyo. Now, second is to warm up your email list before Black Friday. Now, the way you can do this is by sending more emails to people that have opened or clicked an email in the last 90 days. Now, what you're trying to accomplish here is you're trying to send a signal to Gmail and Outlook that your emails are being engaged with and you're a trusted sender. By sending to people that opened an email in the last 90 days, they're pretty likely to open it again, and tighten that segment as far as you need to go so that you actually get a 50% open rate. Now, this is really important because when Black Friday rolls around, you're gonna start blasting your full email database, and you'll only be able to reach that full list effectively if you can achieve a 50% open rate leading up to Black Friday. Now, the third thing is not deliverability, but it's actually growing your list in the months leading up to Black Friday with a pop-up. Now, the reality is a lot of the people that buy from you during Black Friday already know who you are, and a lot of them will have visited your websites in the months leading up to Black Friday. So you want to make sure your pop-up is as optimized as it possibly can be so that you can capture their email and you can send them emails during Black Friday. I don't want to spend too much time on that in this video, so there's a free download that you can get in the description that shows you exactly how to optimize your pop-up. Okay, now during Black Friday, how to show up and win. This is the fun stuff. Your deliverability is fixed, you've grown your email list, now it's time to execute. And this is where brands hesitate. They think, if I send too many emails, I'm gonna annoy my customers. But here's the thing, there's a way of sending more emails without annoying your customers. And that's the strategy that we're gonna unveil. Number 1, you need to rotate your messaging and angles in every email. If you constantly send, hey, here's 20% off, hey, here's 20% off, hey, here's 20% off, people are obviously going to get very annoyed. Instead, you want to use a campaign framework that actually brings something new to the table with each email. So here's an example of a campaign framework that we would use. First, we'd start off with a We're Live email specifically to VIP customers. These are people that you define as VIP, so maybe they've bought from you multiple times or they've spent above a certain threshold. And we give them early access to the sale so that they can get in their sizes and stock before the masses flow in and start buying from you. Open the doors to these people, make them feel like insiders, and give them exclusive access to make it the most impactful. Then you open the sale to everyone else. And that's the one and only, hey, here's the discount email that you're gonna send. Second, send a social proof email. Now this is where you showcase your best sellers, your customer photos, or a headline like 2,000 orders in 24 hours. Social proof is what converts browsers into buyers, especially when inboxes are crowded with discounts. Third, pivot to a category or gift guide email. Help people shop smarter by using headlines like top picks under $50 or gifts that ship fast. These guide style emails perform because you're removing friction. You're curating products for your customers instead of selling them. Then you've got the classic founder's note. These can be simple emails with a personal note from your founders. You don't need design, you don't need a fancy layout. It can just be plain text, and you can talk about why this sale matters or what your brand stands for or how these products came to life. Now, these messages consistently cut through the clutter because it sounds like one human talking to another. And finally, you can close with an urgency or last chance. Use scarcity and clear deadlines to get people across the line. Things like sale ends midnight tonight, final 48 hours, inventory almost gone. End strong, and don't be afraid to let people know that this is it. From the beginning of the sale, the key thing to note though is you want to exclude people that have purchased from you earlier in the sale, so you don't keep spamming them with deals after they purchase from you. This is especially important if you are progressively increasing your discount. There's nothing worse than buying an item and then receiving an email saying that the price has actually gone down after you paid for it. So these 5 angles should give you everything you need to send consistently without repeating yourself. It's not about sending more to spam customers, it's about sending with purpose. Now, let's talk about flows. Because while your campaigns create the buzz, flows are what help convert people that are on the edge. During Black Friday, flows can drive up to 40% of your email marketing revenue. And yet a lot of brands don't optimize them, or even worse, just turn them off because they don't want conflicting discounts. And that's a huge mistake because these automations are your safety net. Here's how you can make them work harder during the sale. Number 1, your welcome flow. Just create a 1 or 2 email sequence that triggers during Black Friday, informing people immediately and concisely about your sale and giving them the link to go back to your site. You want the first impression in this email to connect with the sale that they're hearing about everywhere else. Next, focus on your abandoned cart or checkout flows. This is where you recover the most lost revenue. Update the copy of this flow so that your Black Friday offer appears in the very first email, and reduce the delay between emails in this flow to be significantly shorter. So for example, if you have a 24-hour delay between emails, reduce it to 12 hours or potentially even 6 hours. During Black Friday, people make decisions pretty quick and you want to stay top of mind while they're in this decision-making process. Then you want to optimize your post-purchase flow. Once people purchase, do not go silent. Send them a thank you that feels human and confirm that their order will be shipped out. There might be delays because it's a very busy time of year, but they're definitely going to get it before Christmas. And then send a little bit of value on how they can get the most out of their product. All of these flows should reflect the same sale that you're running site-wide so that there's no confusion about what's being said in your emails versus what's being said on your website and ads. When everything feels consistent, people trust your brand more, and that trust is what converts people into repeat customers. The last thing is SMS and pop-ups. If email is your engine, SMS is your turbo boost. In general, consumers don't like receiving SMSs unless it's for a very good reason. And Black Friday is a very good reason because it's the best deal that you'll be running all year. That being said, you don't want to send daily SMS texts because people will get annoyed and block your number. However, 3 to 4 texts over Black Friday is the sweet spot to maximize revenue without annoying the hell out of your audience. So start with an SMS when your sale goes live, and then send one mid-sale to spot what's been trending, and then send another text in the last 24 hours, and send one last call before the clock hits 0. Keep these texts short, human, and focus on the deal because that's what people care about with an SMS. Something like, hey, your Black Friday deal ends tonight, do not miss it. And while we're here, do not turn off your pop-ups. Your website traffic will be the highest it will be all year. So your pop-up is a chance to collect these emails so that you can either sell them during Black Friday or in the months after Black Friday when sales will slow down. So instead of removing your pop-up, update it with your Black Friday offer. And when people sign up, have a link so it takes them to your sale page and they can start browsing immediately. So when all of these elements run together, campaigns, flows, SMS, and pop-ups, you're not just sending emails anymore, you're running a well-coordinated revenue system. You have campaigns that create attention spikes, flows that capture intent, SMSs that drive urgency, and pop-ups that keep feeding the machine with fresh leads. Most brands only do one of these things poorly, but the brands that win do all of these, but they do it with rhythm, with purpose, and consistently. Okay, so the sale's done, you've pushed your campaigns, your dashboard's lit up. and now all of a sudden things have started to go quiet. But this next phase, the post-Black Friday window, is where the great brands separate themselves from the good. Because after weeks of sending heavy volumes, your deliverability is taken a hit, and you have all of these new audiences that have joined your email list. And your focus has to shift to recovering your deliverability and nurturing these new audiences. So to start, you're going to reduce your sending volume to 1 to 3 segmented campaigns per week. You're going to send campaigns to the engaged 30 to 90 day audience with the goal of maximizing your open rate to recover deliverability. If you send to this segment consistently, your deliverability will recover within 4 to 8 weeks. In terms of content, you want to personalize what you send depending on whether someone has purchased from you during the sale or not. For people that have bought from you during Black Friday, once the sale officially ends, you want to switch to a nurturing tone and give them more information to fall in love with your brand outside of the discount you can give them. So it's swapping from urgency to gratitude. It's showing behind the scenes footage of your business. Now, for people that didn't purchase during Black Friday, but they were browsing, this is a sneaky chance for you to offer a last time unique discount code. Now bear in mind, this is when the website has gone down. Now if people were browsing your website heavily and clicking on multiple products, there's a very high likelihood that they were interested in purchasing from you. Then once they've purchased, they'll fall into the nurturing sequence as well. So let's zoom out for a second. You've just built the kind of email system that most e-commerce brands only start thinking about when it's too late. You've fixed your deliverability so your emails actually land during Black Friday. You've built a strategy that works before, during, and after the sale. And you've got a Klaviyo setup that runs like a genuine revenue engine made of campaigns, flows, SMS, and pop-ups. And here's what I really want you to take away from this video. 40% of all Black Friday revenue comes from email marketing. Not ads, not TikTok virality, just emails. Because ads will get you visitors, but email is what turns those visitors into customers. And when the sale ends, email is what turns those customers into repeat customers. If you want help setting any of this up, whether it's building flows or setting up campaigns or cleaning your list, that's exactly what we do at Hamilton Emails. We've run the Black Friday sales for over 50 businesses over the past few years, from early stage stores all the way up to multi-8-figure e-commerce brands. And the frameworks we've shared here are the same ones driving real revenue every single week for these brands. So if you're serious about making this Black Friday your best one yet, you can click below to speak with our team and learn more. We'll help you build your Black Friday email engine inside Klaviyo before the sale hits.